Hello and welcome back. In this episode we're going to talk about steering clutches. Yes, the worst subject with the crawlers, the steering clutches, and what a nightmare I've been having.
I'd actually taken the steering clutches back to where we purchased the crawler from at Furnace Fluid Power in Barrow-in-Furness because they have a 100-ton press which we use for disarming the spring. Just a little disclaimer, this is not a how-to, it's how I do. You can see here how free the friction plates are. Once all three bolts have been removed and the pressure is released on the press, then the tension of the spring is slowly released. With the left steering clutch, we tried duck oiling and heating and gently tapping on the pressure plate and had no result. We tried this over the course of a week, every night, going duck oiling, preheating, duck oiling again and tapping with the bolt and the hammer on the pressure plate to no success. So after that I tried to give it a little nudge with a press and that's what actually broke the pressure plate. Here I'm using a bit of brake cleaner to try and wash any contaminants away and try and clean in the grooves just to try and release the friction plates. Here I use the wood chisel, my universal tool, to try and free up the friction plates. By rotating the clutch housing, I was trying to get an even force when I was trying to take out the plates. On the steering clutch, it took me approximately about 2 hours to release all these plates, just going gently with a wood chisel and a brake cleaner and a screwdriver, chipping away the excess. We stood no chance with the left-hand steering clutch. The amount of fatigue and rust built up in the outer teeth was unreal. It got to the point where I was actually chiselling lumps out with the screwdriver just to free one plate at a time. So when I initially started to take the clutches apart, I actually had a little bit of a boo-boo and we broke the pressure plate, so I'll show you that now. So the plate is actually broke on the bolting points. So hopefully we're going to get a replacement. I've traced one down and we've just got to make a deal and get it up here so we can start and rebuild all the clutches, but we still need to have a good clear out in the back end, get all that degreased and prepped, and we need to source some gasket paper as well for renewing the gaskets, and then we can start the rebuild. So the good news is with this little pile of bits, we've actually managed to save all the fibre plates and all the steel plates. It's just the pressure plate on one which we need to replace. So I'm going to chalk that up as a success. So here I'm just using a bit of Never-Seez grease, just on a bit of a cocktail stick. I'm just rubbing it in the grooves, then I'm just going to wipe it off with a rag so there's no excess grease, just to try and prevent the plates sticking in the future. I know it says you're not to put anything on them, but I'm hoping just by putting this very light coat and wiping it off, then it'll just leave a slight residue just to stop them sticking. So we've now got the steering clutch jacked under the International 584. We've got a little bit of down pressure holding it all together, and we're just going to try and do all the bolts up. So I just thought I'd slide the cover off and have a double check. I don't know why, I thought I'd have a check. If you notice, I've put 2 friction plates and we've got steel on steel. So we're going to put it back under the 584, disarm the spring and sort the plates out. Dope. That's better. We now have a back together. The shaft's in, I've re-greased all the bearing, it feels nice and free. The end cap's in, done up with the Allen bolt. And that's complete. Back together. So I've just completed the rebuild of the right hand steering clutch, and now we're waiting on parts for the left hand side because I broke the pressure plate. But thanks to the International Harvester group on Facebook, some great people on there, I managed to reach out and source one in the UK. So thanks for sorting that, Rob, and hopefully once that lands up we'll get it back together.
Next time on the International TD6 project, we have the first wash. Please like and subscribe. It's free!